Pierce Brosnan is one of the most dashing and suave men to ever play James Bond. Sadly, he joined the franchise at a bad time and was involved in some of its worst ever movies. But considering these movies were made in the late 90s and early 2000s, Brosnan and the wardrobe department did a great job at keeping things timeless and stylish. In this video, I will dissect 3 of the best outfits from the Brosnan era that you could copy for yourself. I will show you the exact pieces that he wore and where you could find affordable alternatives. And I'll even provide some suggestions on how you can improve these outfits. So as you're watching this video, if you see something you like, then check out the description where you will find the link to that product. And let's begin with our first look from Pierce Brosnan. This outfit comes from the scene in Goldeneye where Bond is on the boat and the helicopter gets stolen. Like any stylish man, he immediately gravitates towards naval style when he's around water. And the key piece in this outfit is the navy blazer with gold buttons. I don't know if you know anybody that wears this a lot. His is by Brioni, which provided the tailoring for his James Bond movies. Mine is from Hockerty. You could also get one from Brooks Brothers, or a cheaper option, Hawes & Curtis. Notice how he's wearing his unbuttoned during this scene. It looks a little more casual this way and allows him to move freely. Underneath, he's wearing a French blue shirt. If you saw my video on the literary James Bond, you'll remember how Ian Fleming described Bond as wearing dark blue shirts. Well, this is the dark blue he would have been talking about. The shirt is a single cuff, which is more appropriate for this kind of informal occasion. And the original shirt is made by Sulker, which went out of business about 20 years ago. But to recreate this style, you want something like this by Charles Tyrwhitt for $99. The pants are beige, tropical wool trousers by Brioni. So as I mentioned in my video on how to dress well in hot climates, Bond understands that different weights of wool will be more suitable under certain conditions. Something like these pants by Suit Supply would be a perfect alternative. However, Bond is wearing his trousers with a belt as opposed to side adjusters. So if you want to recreate that look, go for something like these cotton chinos by Brooks Brothers. On his feet, he's wearing a pair of brown leather Oxford brogues, the Chetwynd model by Churches to be exact. Although personally, I would have gone with a pair of loafers myself. That would be a little more casual, and for me, slip-on shoes feel more appropriate on a boat. Maybe something like these brown penny loafers by Suit Supply. Did you know Goldeneye was the first ever Bond movie to feature an Omega watch? With this outfit, Brosnan is wearing the Omega Seamaster Professional with a blue bezel, blue dial, date window, and stainless steel bracelet. These days, this watch is only available on the second-hand market. But something like this Citizen ProMaster or this Fossil would be good affordable alternatives. So that is our first Pierce Brosnan outfit complete. It's quite simple, quite easy to put together, and very, very timeless. All of these items would be good mix and match pieces that you can wear with other things in your closet. And the stone trousers and navy blazer are ideal pieces for the spring days we have coming up. The second outfit comes from Pierce Brosnan's second James Bond movie, Tomorrow Never Dies. This is what he wears when he infiltrates Elliot Carver's printing facility in Hamburg. In this scene, he's wearing a dark grey flannel suit by Brioni. And I believe this is actually the last time James Bond wore a flannel suit in the movies, although correct me if I'm wrong. Wool flannel is sadly an underappreciated fabric in menswear today. The closest I could find to Brosnan's suit would be this one by Todd Snyder, or this one from Suit Supply, which is a slightly lighter shade of grey, but it does have belt loops as worn by Brosnan. Underneath, Bond is wearing a Sea Island cotton light blue dress shirt, which is a nice complement to his skin tone and eye colour. His was by Turnbull and Asser, and you can buy an off-the-rack equivalent for $555. But you could also find a shirt in a similar shade but made of Supima cotton at Brooks Brothers for $118. His cuffs are secured with a pair of Dunhill cufflinks. These are hard to find these days and only available on eBay for over $500. But thanks to the popularity of the franchise, Turnbull and Asser still makes the exact same necktie worn by Brosnan in this scene. I love how the tones of dark orange, light blue, and navy work with this outfit. But at $375, this one is expensive. So I spent a lot of time looking for an affordable alternative. Obviously, you're not going to replicate it exactly, but this one by Suit Supply creates a comparable aesthetic. With the suit, he's wearing a black leather dress belt and a gold buckle, which matches his black Oxfords, which are by Churches. Churches had a deal with the Bond franchise, but they're also one of the most renowned and respected historic shoemakers in England. They also make some pairs worn in the Daniel Craig Bond movies, like the Rider 3 Chucker boots. If you're on more of a budget though, you can find a pair of brogued Oxfords by Charles Tyrwhitt for $259. And finally, it appears he's wearing the same Omega that we saw in the first outfit. For the third outfit, we're moving on to the third movie in Pierce Brosnan's run as James Bond, The World Is Not Enough. My favorite look from this movie is the linen suit he wears in Turkey. A linen suit is naturally more casual, especially in this stone color, but perfect for keeping cool in a hot climate while still looking nice and stylish. Much like the other suits and separates worn in these movies, Brosnan's linen suit is by Brioni. Due to the time period, this one has quite a boxy silhouette with lots of room in the body and double pleats on the pants. I think this Italian linen suit by Suit Supply would be a nice modern alternative for $699. You can also pick up linen suits at more affordable stores like Banana Republic, and you'll find they are often discounted at this time of year. Underneath, Brosnan is wearing an ocean blue shirt by Turnbull and Asser. I can't see that the company makes a similar shirt these days, but for an affordable alternative, check out this one by Charles Tyrwhitt. So you may have noticed how in all of these outfits, Brosnan wears a blue shirt. One of his strongest features are his blue eyes, so if you have a similar complexion, similar features to Brosnan, definitely take note of this. I think blue shirts are very underrated by many men who just default to the white. On his feet, Brosnan is wearing a pair of brown monk strap shoes by Churches. The ones he's wearing look very similar to the Westbury model. You can also pick up single monk strap shoes at more affordable stores like Beckett Simonon for $219. Unfortunately, the costume department has decided to pair these brown shoes with a black leather belt. If I were the actor, I would have raised objections and refused to perform this scene while breaking such an obvious rule of men's style. You know, maybe there's a chance the belt was actually dark brown and it just looks black on screen, but it certainly looks black to me. If you were to recreate this outfit, I would highly encourage you to improve on the original by wearing a brown leather dress belt that matches the shoes. Something like this mid-brown Italian leather piece by Suit Supply. Brosnan did not vary his watches very much for the Bond movies, and he's wearing the same Omega that we saw before. So remember to check the description for those affordable alternatives, and indeed for any product that you saw and enjoyed in this video. Gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed learning more about Pierce Brosnan's James Bond style. I've now done a style analysis of 3 different Bonds: Sean Connery, Daniel Craig, and now the sole Irish actor to portray the character. I want to hear from you in the comments. Who do you think should come next? Is it Roger Moore? As long as you don't ask for Timothy Dalton, I have no objections. If you haven't already, I highly encourage you to check out my video on Sean Connery's style as James Bond. I tell you exactly what he wore, what you might want to buy instead, and how to put it all together. So until the next one, gentlemen, thank you as always for watching.